Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey everyone, welcome to another stream from ExpertZone ANZ, where we bring ExpertZone content to you live and share our passions for all things Microsoft. So I am AP, and have we got an exciting stream for you? So I'm working with Microsoft to empower people around the world to achieve more. Now, to achieve more, I need my besties, and I've got all of them on the stream today. So Fletch, my bestie from across the Dutch, how are you, my friend? How excited are you to be here? Let the viewers know.
I'm super excited, AP. This is, a really big day for us, and like doubly a big day for you, of course, but it is an absolutely massive day. And what a better birthday present, AP, than having Windows 11
AP's
come
birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday. Yes, thank you very. I was wondering how long it was going to take.
Not long.
It's a great day.
Okay, everybody sing happy birthday from now.
Everybody don't sing happy birthday to AP. I don't feel a day over 39, but thank you, Fletch. And another friend of mine from across the Dutch, a far better looking version of Fletch. Hannah, how are you? How excited are you to be here? Let us know.
I am so excited. When you said welcome back to, another stream, I was like, I'm a little bit offended because this isn't just any other stream. It is our happy birthday AP stream. And of course,
Windows 11
happy birthday to Windows 11. It is a huge day. So not only is it Windows 11 today, but the Surface Go 3 is coming out across ANZ.
Yes.
And there's another one, Office 2021. So it is a huge day.
Oh, it is a massive day. It is a massive day. I am so honoured to actually share my birthday with Windows. We should call it Windows 11 Day. I don't know if we can officially say that, but it should be Windows 11 Day. Absolutely. And another bestie of mine from across the Dutch, who is now living on the other side of the Dutch, Mr. Ty, really Xbox guy. Reedy, how are you, my friend?
Let me compose myself for a second. Look, AP, I'm very excited. I've lived through at least half of the operating system launches, so I'm pretty pumped that we finally get to see something new. I'm excited. What can I say? I cannot wait to go through this stuff today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool, man. And we've got our besties, our online besties in the stream. We've got Mr. Burness. How are you, Mr. Burness? Mr.
Reliable David.
Absolutely. Steve Nolan, thank you, Steve. I don't feel a day over 39. We've got Jonesy, we've got Jade, we've got Mike, we've got Jeff, we've got everyone here to join us to kind of share the joy about this really super exciting day for the launch of Windows 11. So make sure you jump in the comments, tell us how excited you are about Windows 11. We love when you share stuff with us. Now, Windows 11 has arrived. How cool is that? So from today, people can start to receive a prompt to download the new upgrade to move from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Or they might be super special and get a brand new device with Windows 11 already on it. So on today's stream, we are going to cover what happens for you if you're upgrading and what you can expect from your brand new device if you are so lucky. So Windows 11 brings you closer to the things that you love. So let's celebrate this launch day, people. Let's celebrate this launch day.
AP, let's do it.
I know, but you know what? Well, I'm old, so I like reminiscing, right? So I have to reminisce a lot. But before we can look at what's coming and what's happening now, it's always kind of fun to look back into the past, isn't it? Just agree with me. It is fun to look back into the past to see how much.
You can do what you want.
Yeah, that's right. How much we've grown and how much we've evolved. So let's dive into Windows history and kind of look at our road to where we've come now. Because do you guys know, I'd be interested in the chat too, do you know when Windows 1 was launched? Windows 1. I'll give you a clue. I was alive when Windows, I shouldn't say that, should I? Yes, I was. I was alive when Windows 1 launched. But do you know the year? Pop it into the chat. Be interested. What do you guys think? Because it's a long time ago, but it feels like not so long ago.
Marvik's in there with 1985.
I think David will be all over this one.
Yeah.
1985. Who else have we got?
1901.
Steve, 1901. Thank you, Steve Nolan. Thank you, Steve Nolan. I knew it was bound to happen at some point. 1985. I feel like someone give you the answers for this guy, but it was released November 20, 1985, which was Windows 1. And yes, I'd been around for a few. Wasn't using computers just then in my small country hometown. I don't think we had a computer. Definitely didn't. It's such a long time ago. And if you think about from so far when we've moved from kind of like DOS, right, which is just command line stuff, to this graphic user interface, it was like, what? But the one that rings home for me is Windows 3.1. That was in 1990. That's when I was actually using a computer. Well, I guess I was clicking things on a computer, but the whole process was pretty amazing at the time because, before then it was just people, command prompts. And if you didn't have the command prompt book, you kind of like just hitting and hoping. But I'd be interested to know, especially in the comments, what is your favorite version of Windows? And that's collectively for everyone there who's favorite. But I want to know what your, on the stream, favorite version of Windows and why, or what do you remember? Was it learning Alt-Tab to make sure you could email your girlfriend or boyfriend at school whilst the teacher walked past in typing class? Definitely, that's nothing I did, of course. But Fletch, I'm going to put you on the spot first, because I feel like you'll have a pretty cracking story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could pick like a favorite right now, but I can pick like the one I'm most nostalgic for, and that was the original Windows for me. So mine was 95. That was my original experience of Windows. So not not too far after yours, AP. Not too far. But yeah, I absolutely have fantastic memories of that time. And it was a time when I wasn't even at school yet, right? Like we were very lucky to get a PC. I still don't know how my parents managed to like afford one in that day and age. But I remember playing Reader Rabbit. That's probably one of my earliest computer memories.
Wow. Reader Rabbit.
I've heard about
Reader
that. I've
Rabbit.
never played it, but I've heard about it.
So, it was one of those, probably one of the older like learning games you had. So you had this rabbit on the screen. There was a whole bunch of different characters that went along with them, and you'd travel over this map. And pretty much I was having a lot of fun, but at the same time, it was built for me to learn how to do awesome things. Whether that was typing or whether that was just, recognizing shapes or doing maths. So I remember like distinctly having to make sure certain things didn't go down like a log flowed and get cut by a saw. I clocked that game probably like 10, 12 times when I was a kid because I just couldn't get enough of it. It was fantastic. And
that's awesome.
Later on, we got games like Army Men, one of the original, like 3D shooter games. That was really cool as well. But yeah, Reader Rabbit in 95 stick out to me.
Yeah.
Mate, I feel like you haven't forgotten that. That's a big,
that's a very clear recollection, Fletch.
Exactly. And I was going to share something as well too. When Windows came around, Solitaire, the card game. It's not just a game, right? Do you know why? Yes. Do you know why we included that in Windows? Anyone? Let's let it simmer in the chat. See, the question is, why did we include Solitaire and Minesweeper, for that fact, into Windows? Be interested to see if anyone can come up with the answer for that.
Up, AP, because if you didn't, I had this fun fact stored up my sleeve to bring on up as well. Because I think it is super interesting. I did. You
did. And you know what? There was two different types, like in the game, like Minesweeper and Solitaire. Now, Mike's come through with mouse functionality, and you, as always, are correct, my friend. But
100%.
Spot on.
Eric. Well. So to learn how to drag and drop, absolutely. That's what Solitaire was there for. Absolutely. Yeah, and it got people using the mouse, right? Because it was kind of a new thing. Which, like, can you imagine that now? It's like a mouse. Yeah, of course. I know exactly what that's there for. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I think Minesweeper was there kind of like to teach people to click on the different points. That's why the little squares are so small, which is cool. Now, Mark Bamford's come in here. Wow, started with DOS 5.0, then Windows 1.
Ooh, that's an OG.
Man. Yeah, that's
an
OG right there. Yeah, I'm feeling you, man. I'm feeling you. Anyway, blabbing on like normal I am. So, Hannah, take us back to your Windows journey. So, you're probably you're so young, your first Windows was probably Windows 8, right?
Not quite. Not quite. I am a little bit older than Flutch, and Windows 95 definitely, my parents tricked me, right? Like, I thought that I was like playing lots of fun games, but they were all educational. So word rescue, number rescue, gizmos and gadgets. And now that I say those out loud, I'm just like, those were learning games. Those were strictly games designed for me to learn, but having so much fun. And then definitely, like, those are kind of my earliest memories, dial-up internet, all of that kind of thing, the family
dial-up
computer
sound.
room.
Yeah.
The modem sound.
Like,
Yeah.
on a big desk in the corner of a room where we had like that dedicated space in our house. Like, I have an older brother as well, so there was definitely always fights for the computer. But I've got to say, like, I think Windows XP for me was like when I kind of, I got a little bit older, so I started actually kind of like using it for myself for what I wanted to use it for. So using things like MSN Messenger, playing The Sims, actually like using the internet, even if I had to like walk away for 10 minutes for something to load and then come back.
Oh my God, I'm trying to remember having to do that.
But yeah,
and you didn't have to buy it out of a box.
No, that's right.
Yeah, you didn't have to buy a browser anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hannah.
No, that's crazy, yeah. So I'd say that those are definitely some of my favorite earlier memories, but let's pass over to Ty, because I would love to circle back to Windows 8 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. TikTok Ty.
Yeah, look, from memory, I think my first interactions with a PC probably would have been on a Windows 95 operating system. That was pretty cool because I think that's around about when we first saw like that 32-bit environment. So it kind of started to feel like using those multi, click and drag and sort of things in that sort of operating system. But I'd probably say my favorite, and if I think back to what I use the most and what sort of launched me into using computers, I'd have to say Windows 98 would be the one for me.
Wow, cool.
I remember like even just seeing something as simple as, having the address bar in Windows Explorer, so you could just like type straight from there and get straight to where you wanted to go. Just simple things like that. And that was sort of around the time when USB became more widespread too. So we started to see like this huge adoption of USB when we saw like mice and USB hubs and things like that. So yeah, that I'd probably say Windows 98
anymore. Yeah,
that's hilarious. Well, David's come. Oh, sorry, Hannah, go on.
Sorry, okay. I'm just like with my like computer room memories. I just remember a 3-tiered drawer next to our computer, and it was just full of floppy disks. Like that thing was so heavy that you'd have to like take the drawers out individually in order to move it. It was crazy. And comparing the level of data storage, and probably that whole drawer would be an external hard drive that's like this size these days.
Yeah, that's the point I was just about to make. So thank you for a perfect segue. And David, thank you for a perfect comment for timing. I found a Windows 7 installation disk when I was cleaning up yesterday. Yeah, I know, right? So back in my day, so just after the dinosaur had sort of like decided to give up, Windows 3.1, how many floppy disks did it take to install? How many disks did you get to install Windows? I'd be interested to see if anyone can come up with that in the chat. So I'll give you a tip. It wasn't one. It was not just one.
I remember loading games from floppy disks.
Yeah, this is probably back in an era where the disks were actually floppy, I think. Like they were the 5.5 inch.
They were like 15 inches.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jade's come in with 3. It's more than 3, Jade. How good? Mike, how good was being able to download more RAM back in the day? Dave's got 25. Lisa's got 8. I'll put you out of your misery. It was 6 whole discs, and you put it one after the other, just punching it in there. So yeah, was it 5? Jer, Mr. International, thank you for joining us, mate. Awesome day, awesome to have you on the stream, man. It was 6, bro. So you were just one shy, but think about that now.
Close.
Think about that now. 6 discs to just load an operating system. How we have changed, and we're going to talk about later how you can get Windows 11. It's certainly we won't be sending you discs in the mail to update it. That's for sure. There's a totally cool and new way that we're delivering Windows 11 to the people. So I thought that we should start it's not just about Windows 11 today. It mostly is, but it's about getting Windows 11. And what better way to get Windows 11 than to get yourself a new device? Do you think?
Yourself.
Ooh.
Is that a bit, that'd be pretty cool,
Does
right?
that mean you're getting me a new device, AP? Is that what you're about to say?
Does that mean we all get one now then?
I don't know. Anyone in the chat who, and I know James, you're watching. Happy to have it is my birthday, so I'm happy to have a new Windows 11 device. But Fletch, so Windows 11's now available on new devices. So all those cool Windows experiences, bringing you closer to the people and the things that you love are out there. Now, there's a lot of PCs that you can upgrade to Windows 11. But for the best experience for customers on a modern PC is with Intel's 11th gen processors and the Evo platform. So because you're the brains of this operation, I was going to ask you, what kind of experiences can customers expect with the uber powerful pairing of Windows and Intel for Windows 11?
See, I'm gonna, absolutely go into this more, but they can expect an absolutely premium experience, right? That is what Intel Evo is built around, and it's a really, really cool program that's running, and we've already been hearing about it from a lot of the guys out in the field, in shops, in retail. They've been asking questions, have been wanting to know more. Wanting to know about Surface and Evo, and that's because Evo is like a badge that signifies that device is going to be awesome. It means that it's got a super long battery life. Like I believe the mark that you have to get onto an Evo badge is minimum 11 hours. I'll confirm that in a second. But so you've got to have more than all day battery life. You've got to have the ability to guarantee a fantastic Wi-Fi experience. So you have to have something called Wi-Fi 6 in Intel Evo devices. That Wi-Fi 6. And the reason for that is because it's 3 times faster than what Wi-Fi 5 was. And it offers a more stable connection throughout that experience as well. Because everyone uses internet, right? Like even to get the most out of M365, let alone Windows 11, you need to use Wi-Fi. So it's
Fletch,
really
is that only on like a...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, bro. Is it really just... Is it only a certain type of device, though?
Oh.
Or can you choose?
No,
Is it only just... Right.
You can choose. So that's
cool.
That's one of the amazing things about it is it's not just like 1 or 2 PCs. It's not just, it doesn't have to be made by Intel. You can choose from pretty much any of our OEM partners, right? The device that works for you, whether you're looking for Lenovo, whether you're looking for Dell, whether you're looking for Surface or HP, they've all got Windows 11 Evo badges, and all you have to do is look for this badge here, and that device is an Evo certified badge, Evo certified device.
Fletch, I'm so glad you cleared that up because it was not so clear in my head, which is not a surprise for people. But I'm glad you've cleared that up. And that makes sense, right? The thing that I like about that is that, they're setting the standards. This is what everyone should have 11 hours battery life because you're going to get the best out of your device. It's going to do the things that you love better and allow you to do what you want and what you need when you want. So I think that's really cool. And I think that pairing with Intel is pretty cool, is awesome. So speaking of devices though, there's lots to choose from. You mentioned about our OEM partners before. So I thought today we might have and show the lovely peeps on the stream what some of the Windows collections we've got offered at this time of year are, and to kind of have a chat about sort of which kind of customers it's going to suit the nicest. So did you want to pop the old premium collection up on the screen? So there's a whole bunch of different stuff. That's all right. Thank you very much, Fletch. So a whole bunch of different devices here. Now, Hannah, who do you think this target audience for this premium collection is? I would say maybe, driven professionals. Well, there you go. Driven professionals.
Power users.
But, what kind of things are these people looking for in a device? Because there's so much to choose from there.
100%. And I think like in this kind of premium collection that we have here, something that definitely stands out to me is the look, feel, and form factor of these devices. Having something that, is actually really nice to carry around, that's like a little bit of a fashion statement kind of piece, is always something that I love looking at with these premium devices. I can see there on that HP Spectre X360 having that, 360 hinge to go around, get the most of touchscreen and pen and inking and all of those things. But, with the beautiful looks and wonderful design, of course, always comes those premium features like great specs and performance. And I think, so many great things about Windows 11 are really going to come to life with these premium experiences.
That's awesome. And I noticed that a lot of these devices have got Windows Hello and facial recognition sign-in. Why do you think that's going to be important, Fletch, to this kind of audience? So, the people like active seekers and driven professionals.
Because, everyone who's using these devices, they want probably two things, right? They want a seamless experience where they don't have to waste time doing things that they shouldn't have to do, and they want a secure experience that's unique to them, right? And that's what things like Windows Hello offer. We talk about it all the time when it comes to the laptop, Surface laptop as well, and it rings true for most of these devices. They're one finger lift. So as soon as they open the lids of those devices, Windows Hello turns on instantly. It recognizes their face, and literally it signs you in so fast that sometimes you don't even see that sign-in screen, right? It's just there. And it's unique to you. Like AP, I mean, not that anyone would want to, but it's pretty hard to replicate this, right?
Absolutely. Look, I think that's pretty awesome. And what I love about these as well too is we're talking about like driven professionals and people who just want to kind of tap into their workflow with things that Windows Hello is built in, as well as touch, and then inking. They've got HD and front-facing HD or full HD cameras, as well as precision trackpads and that LTE 5G option, right? That's the kind of stuff people want to be able to get their stuff done. So I think it's important that that comes in those collections as well too. And we talked about Evo before with having Wi-Fi 6 and that kind of stuff. But that's the kind of thing that you'd expect out of those devices, which I think is wicked. But
I'm excited.
Premium
Can I just
collection.
add one more thing. I'm sorry.
I don't think I can stop you, Hannah. Go for your life.
I tried to like jump in and then I'm like, I'll be polite, I'll raise my hand, and then I'm like, look at me, AP. But I just really want to shout out that HD and full HD camera. I think that is such an important fact in, the world that we're living in today. Everybody working from home so much more, we're on streams all the time, Teams calls, Zoom calls, no matter what it is, being able to just like prop up your device and, feel like you look good, that you're not like a pixelated potato, or if you're in a room that's a little bit too dark, that you're not going to be visible. Having those high quality front facing cameras, not only for work stuff, but even when you're catching up with family overseas or your friends all over the world, wherever they may be, whatever the device they might be on. Sam Lewis has popped in the chat as well. Second, that microphones as well have become way more important because like, for example, tomorrow night, actually, we're catching up with Graham's family over in Scotland. So because there's 4 people on a call, it's not like we can all have headphones in to make sure that we, sound our best. So having those really high quality, dual far-facing microphones on a lot of these devices. So no matter where we are, people are able to hear us. We're not having to have it like direct in the center of both of us. All of those kinds of things, I think, makes such a big difference to premium and the way that we're using devices these days and kind of the world that we're living in. And all of the new stuff coming to Windows 11 to help bring you closer to the things you love. Having Teams right there on your taskbar. Boom. Boom. I'm so excited. I couldn't not go on that lovely little tangent there.
Absolutely. Speaking of devices, good afternoon, Lauren, one of our besties from HP. Good to have you here on the stream, my friend. So we've been talking about premium devices, always some awesome HP premium devices, but it's really important. And I think that's one of the best things about Windows and Microsoft combined is that you can choose the right device for you. So for a premium collection, that might not be the right device for you. You might not need some of those, super high-end features, and that's cool because we want you to get the right device. So if we have a look at the mainstream collection, there's kind of like devices for everyone. There's a whole bunch of cool choices in there as well too. Now, I think what's really, really important is that you can take these devices anywhere life takes you, right? So it's not just the laptop form factor. There's two-in-one form factors in there. There's convertibles, all of that kind of stuff. And that's really, really important to be able to kind of embrace what you need to do with your PC, because we're all doing different stuff. Some people are working and kind of trying to school from home and all this kind of stuff. It's really, really important that we've got a device for everyone. So what are you loving in this mainstream collection, Fletch?
You know what? I love just the range and the quality of these devices, right? I think that is something that is super understated. And, we talked a bit about how Intel's trying to guarantee that devices are of great quality. We've had our modern PC pushes and we've really, really, OEMs who push the edge of design as well, like HP and Lenovo and Asus. They're just beautiful devices on screen. So you actually can touch a lot of these devices, pick them up in store, and you'll feel that they're made out of high quality materials. You'll see that some of these devices are following the latest fashion trends, right? So that when you take them home, they feel like they're at home, sitting there and sitting on your desk and looking amazing. And they've just got amazing features that we've talked about on the premium collection, but they're also in mainstream, like Windows Hello and Touch. It's just the variety and the quality is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. And, we're looking for a device that's going to sort of appeal to everyone, right? So we've kind of stipulated that the SSD only chassis, that's going to allow, there's going to allow the lack of having to be battery anxious and think that your machine's going to run out because the battery life is really great. You're not always searching for an outlet. Plus, it weighs less, so, you weight less, right? So you can just get stuff done. And that's really, really important. So that's cool. Lots of different things built into the mainstream collection. Still seeing a whole bunch of stuff with Windows Hello, which is really, really cool because, security is important for these devices. And there's nothing more important than your own personal information being secure. Having Windows Hello, whether you choose to have that via facial recognition or using the fingerprint recognition, super safe. I think it's really important. And it's great that we're offering it at that price point.
Absolutely.
So,
and
I think we've lost Ty.
We may have.
TikTok.
We
Ty.
may have lost
I think
Ty.
he might have had to have done a TikTok video, but so that's okay. We'll let him go, but that's all right. But also at the same time, like I mentioned before, when we're talking about the premium, the mainstream, and getting the right device for you, we've got an awesome entry collection as well too. So they're price effective, they're lightweight. They're made to last. They're kind of like designed for real life. We've got TikTok Tie back. So, Fletch, can we pop up the entry collection on screen for the people to check out all of these wicked devices? Now, TikTok Tie, are you back, my friend? Have we got audio?
I think so. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yay! He's back. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So we're talking about the entry collection, my friend, and, talking about some of the features that are coming with these awesome devices. What's your view on this entry collection? What do you think's really awesome that the guys should be talking to customers about it when it comes to an entry device?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the more important tiers, if you want to call them different tiers, because not everyone, whether it's whether you can afford that sort of the premium or mainstream. But a cool thing is you still get to see a lot of those features filtered down into this entry collection. So you're still getting all these, obviously security is going to be important. You still want to, interact with your loved ones, your family and friends. So you got to have these, high quality cameras. You still want to be able to take advantage of things like inking and M365. And, it's just really cool to see that even though it is technically, penciled in as an entry level collection, it doesn't necessarily mean that your experience with the device, has to be an entry level experience, I guess. So you're still going to see those awesome features filter through.
Absolutely. And Hannah, who do you think is going to be, probably the typical customer? Because everyone is different, right? But who can you see is going to be like the atypical customer that are going to be interested in this kind of entry collection?
100%. I see these definitely being, great devices for families, for using for school, all of those kinds of things. And I have to say, my favorite call out on these devices, while we're looking back and being a bit nostalgic, is how far entry level PCs have come. And the huge difference in what a device at, that $800 kind of price point can get you these days, even in comparison to 5-6 years ago when we launched Windows 10. The fact that these are thinner, that they're lighter, that they have longer battery life, better quality screens, the fact that even in our entry level these days, it's so much different to how it was before. So that's what I've always loved about Windows, is giving people the choice to be able to use what they want and the form factor they want at the price point that they want. And we've kind of just scraped the surface of some of the amazing new Windows 11 devices coming, but there really kind of is something for everybody, right?
Yeah, I love that. And I love also too in this collection, that it's not just your laptop form factor, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not stuck into that. We've still got some convertibles, we've got some 2-in-1s and that kind of stuff. So like you said, we really can choose the best thing for us. So Go 3 and laptop make a great entry-level device. Thank you, Sam, for popping that in. Yeah, I got you, man. Laptop Go. Yeah, absolutely. So there's so many amazing devices out there for people to choose from. And that's, I get nostalgic about it sometimes. That is one of my favorite things about working for Microsoft and using Windows, is that you don't have to compromise really, no matter what device you want and where you want to use it. You can do all of this cool stuff. So that's exciting. So not only can you upgrade, guys, but you can get new devices with Windows 11 on them. What more could you possibly want? But I thought we should take some time on the stream today to talk about the upgrade process. Right. Make sure that is crystal clear with everyone on the stream. And I thought it'd be a great time too for our friends in the chat. We've got lots of friends today. It is so nice to have all of these people in the chat to ask some questions. That's right, to ask some questions about the upgrade process. If you've got some burning question you want to ask, or how do I do this, or is this going to work? That's what we're here for, to help you answer that. And in true fashion from AP, I probably or may not know your answer, but we will find out that information for you and get back to you. But while the guys are punching it into the chat for their questions, what's one of your big questions, Ty, about the upgrade process? As put your consumer hat on. What's one thing that you want to know?
Yeah, look, if I was to ask you a question, AP, because I'm sure you will definitely know the answer, but some common messaging that I've been seeing is priority for upgrade PCs. So what exactly what does that mean? What is a priority for upgrade PC?
That is an excellent question. I'm so glad that you asked. So a priority for early upgrade PC has been tested by the OEMs, the manufacturer, to make sure that all of the nice drivers and hardware that they've got, it's going to work nicely together, and it's going to give the users an opportunity to go straight to Windows 11. So there's some eligible devices out there, but this is day one. As soon as you plug that internet connection in, like you saw on the screen before, it'll pop up and say, hey, this is ready for Windows 11 already. Do you want to take this opportunity? And you can say, yep, and it'll take you straight to Windows 11, because all of that stuff has been tested. And it's really important because, you don't want to have a bad experience when you're upgrading. We've got lots of devices to upgrade. It's a really nice step, I think, in there. But also, with Windows, you've got selection as well too. If you're not ready to do that, that's cool. That doesn't mean that you can't upgrade in the future. And the upgrade notifications will be coming through Windows Update. It'll say, hey, you're ready for Windows 11. Do you want to jump on board now? And that'll be at a later date, because we're rolling this out as part of a smart rollout to make sure that every single person has an amazing experience when they're upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11 on an eligible device. So does that make sense? There's a lot of stuff there, but I hope I covered it.
No, it makes perfect sense, because look, in a perfect world, we'd love to just roll it out to everyone all at the same time and say, everyone go get it. But obviously, there's certain things that, like you said, AP, there's steps, there's processes, things have to be checked off. So it's all about making sure you get the best experience possible. So
yeah, that is exactly right. And Dave's got a question there. Is there a timeline or a list when devices will be upgraded? Not just yet. Our buddies at the OEMs are starting to produce the lists with priority early upgrades for the retailers and also for our knowledge. So we'll be happy to share that where we possibly can. For Stephen, is the TPM 2.0 mandatory? Yes, it is. And the reason it is mandatory is it provides a certain level of security that we have baked into Windows 11. So we kind of need TPM 2.0 for lots of nerdy reasons, which we can talk about on another stream. But yeah, that does have to be part of the hardware specs as well. So the best way to check that, to see whether you have got the right bits and pieces, is to download the PC Health Check app from the Microsoft website. Or if you are a little more tech inclined, you can jump on, you can see the minimum hardware specifications on there as well. I'm pretty lazy, so I would use the PC Health Check app. Certainly the safest way to be able to do it. So, couple of questions there, but I can see that Fletcher Mayo is biting at the bit to ask me a question that I probably
he's churning
can't
inside.
Answer.
He's got a good one.
He's churning on the inside. So let's just see.
Oh, okay. You know, okay, AP, you've really put me on the spot here. But if how would I upgrade one of these priority early upgrade devices if I got it, you know, from a store today? It was still in its box. How would I make that go from Windows 10 to Windows 11?
Excellent question. So the priority early upgrade is available for you straight out of the box. So it's part of the out-of-box experience.
Ooh.
Now, something we may or may not have covered before is to activate a Windows 11 device, you need to be connected to the internet. You must have an internet connection, and you also must have a Microsoft account. So when those two things have been put together, the PC will ping off a database. It'll go, hey, you're on the list for an upgrade. And then it will actually turn the screen on and say, hey, you're actually eligible to go to Windows 11 today. Would you like to? And you can hit yes or no. So it's that simplest. You don't actually have to do anything. Make sure it's connected, and the rest is super, super smooth.
So
does that make sense?
Why? That makes sense. But I'm asking now, so I need a Microsoft account. Why do I need a Microsoft account?
Why do you need a Microsoft account? You do need a Microsoft account because it's going to tie all of the stuff in for us to be able to give you the best experience on that device. So it means that the security is going to be locked in, that those updates are going to push through all of the time. So we're making sure that people can have the best experience. And if you don't have a Microsoft account, that's fine. You can actually use things like Gmail account as your Microsoft account, so you don't have to go through the rigmarole of making a new account just for that. But if you want to, it's just yeah, absolutely.
And it sort of streamlines everything anyway when you do it that way, right, AP? So it pulls in all your, like if you're on family safety or your billing and all that sort of thing, it pulls it in straight away, so you don't have to then go back in and reset up all that stuff.
Yeah, which
so
is
it's
cool.
like my phone, right? If I log in on my phone with the normal account, then it just appears as if it did all the time on my new phone, right?
Yep,
absolutely. That's one of the, cool.
And we do give you a choice too, Fletch, as well. If you want to bring your stuff across, you can. But if you want to start afresh, you can do that too. So it's personal choice.
Nice.
So kind of like we've had before. So lots of questions now, Fletch. I might need you to help me pop these up on the screen, mate, because I don't know who was
Absolutely. So David started, how long will Windows 10 be supported for if a customer chooses not to update?
Now, I want to be sure of this, Fletch. It's
okay.
2024, 2025. Let me find the right answer.
25. It's 2025.
25. Cool. There you go. I knew it was one of those. So there's still a bunch of time, David. Right? Like we're not just going to drop support for this because we know there's lots of happy Windows 10 users in the world. We'd love them to upgrade to Windows 11 to check out some of the cool stuff that we've added. But that's the choice that you get with Windows. So you're definitely going to be supported up until then.
Actually, AP, I do have one more question, if I may.
Yes.
As you mentioned earlier, so that Windows 11 setup process will be part of the out-of-box experience for those devices.
Yes.
I remember seeing something that if you choose not to install Windows 11 then, you still do have a certain amount of time after that if you change your mind. Do you know how long that time frame is by any chance?
To go back to Windows 10 if you've gone to Windows 11.
So if you're setting up your device and it says, would you like to install Windows 11? And you say no, how long have you got to then upgrade to Windows 11? I think it was a few days from the top of, I saw something there. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. My understanding at this point is that if you decide not to do the priority upgrade, that you will always have the opportunity to move to Windows 11 for free, but you will have to wait until it comes through Windows Update, and that's no problem. But I think what the question you're asking, and that's a great one too, because we might have skipped over that a little, is that if you've gone to Windows 11 and you want to go back to Windows 10, which is no problem, you've got to do that within the first 10 days that you've got Windows 11. So that's really important. So you can roll back. That's clear as anything on the screen. That they say, hey, you need to tell us if you want to roll back after 10 days. Otherwise, it removes that Windows 10 partition. So all of your files will still be there. But if you want to move back, you can do that. Does that make sense?
Nailed it. I knew you would know, AP.
Oh, mate, my mum says you've got to be good at something. So remembering that fact, not remembering the date was one of them. All right, what else have we got? Fletch, I love the comments coming in. I love the questions, guys.
We did have one which I thought would be, I don't know if we can 100% answer now, but I think we can. What is the minimum Surface Pro version which can be upgraded to 11?
That is an excellent question, Steve. Do you know, Fletch? Because I don't.
I believe it's all of them. We do need to double check. One thing that people might not realize, and this is a great kind of point to talk about, I have a feeling that someone might bring up, because I've seen it brought up before, it doesn't have a TPM chip in all Surface Pros. That's actually wrong. It does. It's got firmware version TPM chips. So that's something that people probably don't realize. And I don't want to go too far down this path because I don't want to get too confusing, but it doesn't just have to be a physical.
We could do a TPM stream.
Firmware one. 100%. So yeah, we'll just have to, we'll confirm 100% that it's all of them. I think it is, but we'll make 100% sure.
Absolutely. And we're not going to leave you hanging, everyone on the stream. We are going to be doing more Windows 11 streams in the coming days. We're going to break down some of those pillars. So if we don't have those answers for you now, we will get those answers for you straight away.
Absolutely. So we've got a bit more of a technical question, AP. Eric's asked, I performed an upgrade from Windows 10 Pro to Windows 11 Pro while it was still in its release preview. If I do not enable the Windows Insider program option, does this mean I don't need any further action and have the final build?
That's an excellent question. And
I read that question. I was like, oh, good question, Eric.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I did receive an update overnight, but I was on the Insiders one.
Yeah. Formed an upgrade. So I'm just reading in my mind here. I won't build too much on there. My thoughts are that if you're on the Insider, then it will prompt you to do an update for the release to market version, is my understanding, Eric. So you shouldn't have to do anything, my friend. You'll still be in the Insiders program, potentially for future big updates that will come through, but that will just look like a brand new release to market is what I would have thought. Cool. Great question.
That is a good question. I'm excited to look more into it because I've got a few devices on the Insider build, so I can test that one out myself, Eric, and we'll get a really crisp, clear answer on that because I want to know. That's a great question.
Yeah, I think you'll have one last update, like AP said, but luckily we got Hannah.
Absolutely.
It'll most likely just run like a cumulative update, wouldn't it, AP? Just in the background?
Yeah.
That's what my update was overnight. Yeah. Then Lauren has asked, hey team, if a customer were to buy a Windows 10 device and it's ready for an upgrade, but they don't feel comfortable to do it themselves, what download demand can we expect if we did it in store? So how much, what's the gigs? I think I can help out. I think
it's 3 to 4 gig, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I have in my head.
3 to 4 gigs. So not Not tiny, Lauren, but not massive either. So that should be okay.
That's to me, that's not bad. That's nothing like we've ever had in the past, right?
For an operating system update, that is very impressive.
Yeah.
I did upgrade a device to Windows 11 using just my phone data. It was an urgent situation, and it took a while, but it successfully did it over that connection as well. And I still have data left for the month, so that is a good sign. I was quite impressed that it was, around that almost 3 gig kind of mark.
Yeah, the FAQ say you need at least 4 gigabyte of free storage. So,
absolutely. All right, question times. We got so many questions today, Fletch.
Oh, we've got lots. So, Parisu or Chris, may I ask why the Surface Pro 2017 aka5 and its Intel i5-7300U is not compatible with Windows 11? It gave me the shock of my life. What minimum CPU is supported for older Surface Pros? Honestly, I don't know if we'd be able to answer that today. The minimum kind of specs we have and that are listed on the website, I think, would probably be the most helpful. AP, do you have anything to kind of talk about there?
I do, but I don't have anything specific to Surface though, unfortunately. So I would rather get the right answer for Chris rather than try and speculate. So we might message you, Chris, or put a post on our Facebook page with the answer for that, because it's really important to get that right. And please forgive us. There's so many CPUs and so much stuff out there. We can't know it all, but we do want to make sure that we get the dead right answer. So thank you for asking the question.
I think Craig has a really important question.
Craig?
Yeah, Craig has a really important question.
Does he? Excellent. I have a Microsoft.
I mean, it's definitely a risk there, AP, wouldn't you say?
I did. There was a risk.
It's a reward for lifetime service, right?
Lifetime. Well, it does feel like that. So if you've worked for Craig Jackson for a year, it feels like a lifetime service. Yes,
you guys are celebrating together.
Is it a life service or a life sentence with working for Craig Jackson? I'm not sure. Either way, that's cool. That's some really cool questions that have come through as well too. Thank you, Craig. It's great to have you on the stream as always, my friend. So I think we may have covered all of the questions, Fletch.
Some great questions too.
There are some good questions.
There's more.
Excellent. All right.
But do you want to go through there's only 2 more?
There's only 2 more?
More.
We can go through them.
Only 2 more. So
we love the people.
The first one is from Karan, and that is, when will Windows 11 launch?
Mate, I'm glad
you
asked that question.
Today.
Yeah.
Today. What else is launching today, Hannah?
Surface Go 3 and Office 2021.
Bam.
Amazing.
Bam.
That is so cool. Yeah, so it's a happy day for everyone. I know. Thank you so much, Surface, for being so considerate. That is awesome as well too. And what's our lucky last question?
So Sam Tyack has asked, if I have an existing M365 account subscription, will the included tech support with M365 help me upgrade to Windows 11?
I think that the M365 support does include Windows 10 technical support. So then, yes, I would say that. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree with you there, AP. They'll help you out. I do believe it's not like we'll advertise it everywhere because we've got step-by-step instructions online, but I doubt they would turn you away anyway.
Exactly. And if you're playing at home, you can use the Get Help app based into Windows 10. So that'll get you a callback, a text, or a chat, or to help you through that process as well too, if you feel like not ringing a number.
Yeah, just to remind everyone, it's AP's birthday.
No other reason.
You know what? Jonesy's probably disappointed she's not on here because she could have worn her birthday hat. Legitimately. There you go.
Awesome.
There you go.
I won't distract you anymore. I won't say there's more questions. You can go now. You can go.
But if you do have any more questions, team, please pop them into the chat because we're here to try and help as much as we can with this amazing launch day. So it has been awesome, guys, but I feel like we have done a lot of talking today. We've done a lot of talking, but we're excited, right? We are super excited. We've got another question. Do you want to pop it up on the screen?
Eric,
I love this.
It's really nice. Thank you, Eric. So he's said, as general feedback, I'm quite impressed by the Windows 11 upgrade process. On my ThinkPad T480, it took around 30 minutes to complete. All drivers worked as expected, even for older hardware such as my wireless Fuji Xerox printer from 2011. Pleasant surprise.
That's awesome.
I love that.
And that's why it's a rollout, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And I think that, while today is the launch day for Windows 11, it starts rolling out from today. So if you do have a device where you have to wait a little bit, boo, I know that that's a little bit disappointing, but just so you can have a similar experience to Eric, where everything works as it's supposed to, that's kind of why we're doing it in this phased approach, to make sure that no one's frustrated, to make sure everything works in the way that you hope that it will and expect it to, that all of your great things from Windows 10 come across, that all of your accessories still work with your device. So I'm really excited that we've kind of taken this road to make sure that everybody loves it as much as we do. But similar to Eric and how he was saying, I've been using the Insider Preview for a couple of months now, and I have loved my experience. It has been so cool. So I cannot wait to see more people enjoying this and all of the great things they're going to do with Windows 11 as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Eric. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, guys, we have been talking a lot, and we do need to wrap because we don't want to overshadow anyone else's streams. Look, it's just the nice thing to do. So I want to thank, I want to thank the people first. Thank you, everyone who has joined the stream today. It's really great having you guys here with us to show your enthusiasm for, let's be honest, the best Windows ever. I think this is I love it. It's so fantastic. And it's so interesting to see on the stream today with all of our experiences and all of the guys' comments, guys and girls' comments in the stream about how far we've come with Windows. And, I'm really kind of proud of that concept that, something that, if we've rolled it back to 1985, the principles of that is still rolling, and we've managed to make sure our customers are having those experiences about what they need. And certainly over the last 2 years, we all know how much the world has changed, and we kind of needed that operating system, which is home for us to change as well. And it has. In so many different ways, some stuff that we probably should have had before but we didn't think of, and some stuff to kind of future-proof as well too, to make sure that we're filling in all of the gaps and staying connected as much as we can. So I want to thank you guys. I couldn't have done this without my buddies from across the Dutch and from down the road, Ty. It's been great having you on the stream here, and thanks so much for taking these guys through those awesome Windows 11 collections. So it's all about devices, guys. Windows 11 is amazing, but it doesn't come to life without devices from our OEM. So please go and check those out, enjoy them, and show your customers the different types of things that are available, and make sure it is there to suit their situation, because there certainly is a Windows device to suit. And the upgrade process as well too. Make sure that if it's got a priority upgrade, make sure you're telling your customers that, and just waiting for the upgrade to come through to your machine, because we want an amazing customer experience. We've got great customers. We want to make sure that they have that great experience like Eric did with all of those drivers. That's what should happen, and that's why we're doing this smart rollout. But the fun isn't just going to stop here today, guys, because on Thursday this week, we're going to break down Windows 11 into some really human portions, I guess.
Elements.
Probably the elements. That's the word. Portions. I'm thinking about lunch. Elements is what I needed.
AP's hungry. We can understand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So we're going to break that down on Thursday for you guys to have a deep dive, and I'm sure you'll have some more questions then, which will be great. So keep an eye out for our Tell Me Thursday stream this week, a special edition. And then on Tuesday, next week, for Tell Me Tuesday, we're going to break some more of those elements down and sort of dive deep into Windows 11 to just make sure that we can bring it to life for you guys and to make sure that you can bring it to life for your customers. So, friends, with that, I think we can let these lovely people go back to their day and enjoy Windows 11 Day. But any last shout-outs before we jump off the stream?
I think you nailed it, AP.
Yeah.
Sweet.
ExpertZone.
I think.
Yes, absolutely. If you haven't,
he's not here, so someone else is.
Yeah, that's right.
I just knew it was. I just assumed it was coming. That was terrible of me. I just was like, AP's all over it.
Yeah, which is unusual.
That's
very
what's coming.
Unusual. It is unusual. So yeah, guys, there's a whole bunch of information. If you haven't done the accreditations on ExpertZone, if you're not signed up, jump onto expertzone.microsoft.com, get yourself signed up. Also, while we're here, probably a good shout. We've got some experience events coming up, so you should see some invitations in your email boxes or from your respective head offices. So it'd be great to see you there too. And if you're not following us on all our socials, because we are very, very social, we are not just streaming to Facebook today, we're also streaming to YouTube, but we have an Instagram account, we have a Twitch account, we have a TikTok account where Ty is more famous than any other TikToker. On there, we have a Twitter account as well too. And I every time I go through these, it's either I need an extra finger or and Twitch. Yes, there we go. And I've forgotten that as well too. So make sure we're going to pop up a sign, pop up a card at the end with all of those socials for you guys if you want to join us. It's been great having you guys. Thanks a lot, and we will catch you next time. Bye for now.